Hi guys, how are you doing? This is not really an episode, it's more of an interlude, and I need your help with something. I'm posting an excerpt from my book, Cinderella, by any other name, and I intend to I'm trying to see if my voice is good enough for me to read my own audiobook, or is it too nasal? I would really appreciate it if you would give me some feedback. So listen to the excerpt and tell me honestly and sincerely, leaving a voice message. You don't have to say your name. Tell me what you think. Thank you. Cinderella by Any Other Name. A novel by Anne-Marie Musawale. Chapter 1. Disco Dancing. The beat of the music was like a hammer to her brain, pounding and pounding until her nerves felt like ash. She wanted to get out of this place, but Amina was still flirting with the dude in the pretentious green fedora. And yep, Nadia peeked downward. He had white shoes. I mean, everyone knew that any guy worth their salt never wore white shoes. Amina was giggling at whatever the guy was saying. Nadia caught sight of his friend sidling toward her out of the corner of her eye. Nope, she was not going to play this game. She wasn't the spare or the co-pilot, flight attendant, whatever people call the sidekick one rolled with when they wanted to pull someone. She was here strictly to make sure Amina behaved herself. It was the only way to guarantee that they weren't both married off to the nearest willing chump forthwith. Nadia had every intention of completing her degree before she agreed to be anyone's wife. And sure, her father was willing to entertain her fancies for now. But if he ever caught wind of any misbehavior, both of their lives were over. She hadn't even wanted to come to this club. Amina had just really been wailing at her about how it was her friend's birthday and they never got to go anywhere and yada yada. It got so that Nadia's choices had narrowed down to strangling her right there and then, or giving in to her begging and pleading. Still, she had to really think about it before reluctantly coming to the conclusion that killing Amina at this time was not practical. She hadn't violated any Sharia laws, after all. Not yet. Nothing requiring murder, at least. Their mother might frown on her committing sororicide for any reason less than that. The guy's friend was sitting right next to her now. Nadia studiously ignored him. "Hi," the guy said. Nadia stared into the distance, willing the music to drown his voice out for the rest of the night. I like your hijab. Very stylish, the guy said, leaning in to talk directly into her ear. Nadia turned to look at him. If looks could kill, he would surely be but a distant in loving memory by now. Clearly, non-verbal communication was not his strong suit. What did he even want? Leave me be, she growled, tossing her head the other way as she picked up her soda and sipped determinedly, eyes on the revelers on the dance floor. The guy leaned further into her personal space. Do you want to dance? He asked, as if oblivious to her disdain. Nadia contemplated, pouring her drink over his head. Amina was throwing glances her way, which Nadia interpreted as reproachful. Her sister was always throwing herself at men, and she fully expected Nadia to do the same when they were together. It drove her mad. She didn't deign to answer the guy. Look, Nadia, the guy said, making her stiffen and turn towards him. How had he known her name? I don't want us to start off on the wrong foot, but I have to say that you're really being rude right now. Nadia could only stare at him in shock. Nobody asked you to talk to me, she said in surprise. The guy frowned and glanced at Amina. Your sister did, he said, looking sincerely puzzled that Nadia wasn't up to date with the news. Nadia laughed out loud. Well, you can just go. Tell Amina thanks, but no thanks, she told him. He stuck his hand out. My name is Gregory Karaoke. Assalamu alaikum, he said. Nadia looked at his hand like it might be a hunk of bacon accidentally put on her plate. Excuse me, she said. Gregory, or whatever his name was, shrugged. I'm just introducing myself, he explained, like she wasn't a college student on the way to earning a first-class degree in computer science. I got that, yeah, she replied. Why are you doing that when I just told you to leave? Are you deaf? Gregory smiled at her. Not deaf, just stubborn as all get out, he said. Well, you'll find that stubborn doesn't work on me, she declared. Gregory smiled. Gregory's smile became a veritable smirk. You're speaking to me, aren't you? He said triumphantly. Nadia opened her mouth to protest, but then found that there was nothing she could say. He was actually correct. She was speaking to him. Was all she could get out. Come on, Nadia, let's get out of here. Your sister is otherwise occupied with my cousin, and you don't look like you like this music much. Nadia stared at him, wondering at the nerve of this dude. Did he really think she was just going to stand up and walk out of here with some total stranger who could murder her in the street? Possibly in some back alley, and then rape her dead body, and her parents' last memory of her would be the sullied remains of their still unmarried daughter. Do I look like I misplaced my mind somewhere, or is that a joke? She asked him, wide honey brown eyes studying him in disbelief. Greg laughed. I do like the way you talk, Nadia. Come on, let's go, please. No, Nadia ground out. Now leave me the hell alone before I start screaming. Greg inclined his head. Fine, but just remember, I asked, he said.